I've had the pleasure to talk about being enough. This is one of the subjects that actually, believe it or not, it's true to my heart. And the reason why it's true to my heart is through all the years that I've competed. I've been a personal trainer since 1991, so I'm kind of a dinosaur in the industry. And I just turned actually 46 last week, so that's an accomplishment to stay active at this age. But the one thing that I have always taught through those years, and I do dryland training with small children, and I teach all levels, is I'm a firm believer, come as you are. I take the ordinary and make it extraordinary. Extraordinary. So when I have a child, or I have a client, and I have many clients that are 400 pounds, and they come to me, and I've had them say to me, you know what, I'm just not enough. I understand that, and believe it or not, because I was 200 pounds. 200 pounds and 5'1", you do the math. I had 3 little girls, and I was tired of being tired, and I was just not enough. The slide that I have here, I am enough, who I am is enough, what I do is enough, and what I have is enough. Now, if that was only true, the average person doesn't feel that way. I don't care who you are, whether you're a top-level athlete, you're never enough. The thing about social media, I was raised in an age that didn't have it when I started fitness. Thank God, because some of those onesies that we wore with the headbands and the, So here's the thing about those outfits. They were a onesie, which looked really awesome. That's when the mom bum was in, where your butt was gonna look this long and it was about this wide. My daughters told me the other day, guess what, Mom? Mom jeans are back in, and I'm saying, that is one trend I will not embrace. If I was to take a random question or ask you guys in this room, for those that go to the gym, how many people in here go to the gym? Okay. How many people in here like going to the gym? Okay, don't raise your hands. How many people in here should go to the gym? Okay, that was me being funny. Here's the thing. I can guarantee for the people that have or that do go to the gym, your social media feed probably could look like this. I just randomly picked these, okay? Here's a quick rundown. You've got a power lifter, which is awesome. You've got girls doing, which is fine, their progression pics, okay? Oftentimes you have to do these pics for your coaches. Why do coaches ask for that stuff? Because pictures don't lie. Pictures don't lie. As a coach, once in a while, I'll actually ask for my athletes to send me pictures periodically through the day. And they hate that because guess what? If you're cheating on your diet, I caught ya. Over here, eat big to get big. All right, for the average public, if you actually believe that, I don't care how much you eat. Good luck. You can get that big if you eat. Over here, you have a strongman competition. Okay, lifting heavy, extremes. Okay. Now, here's a dude with no legs, okay? You don't think this is possible, but it is. I actually saw at a Spartan race, one of my teammates and I were complaining about how our legs hurt, and I'm not kidding you, 2 men, military men in Seattle, went by with no legs. We're sitting there and going, I am not complaining about my legs any longer. Over here, you've got this new thing on social media, transformation, 10 years. Where are you? Where were you in 2009? Where are you in 2019? Okay? Well, this cat, I like cats. The cat got eyebrows. That's what the cat got. Okay? And then one of my favorites, The Rock. He can come through my feed all day long. I don't mind. Okay? What are you willing to do to have results that you've never had? What are you willing to risk to have the results you've never had? In order to change, one must change. If you continue to do the same things, how can you expect any different of an outcome? Here's a picture of some of the obstacle racing that I've done. I became an OCR coach, I believe, at a very early age because I was raised on a farm. Now, if that isn't OCR, I don't know what is. This mud pit right here, this is our teammates in Seattle. This is me complaining that my legs hurt. This is what those guys with no legs went through. Okay? That is called rolling mud. I learned very early, if someone is standing in rolling mud, get in and get out. There's a reason that they're standing there. Okay? Why are they standing there? Because that is where they go to the bathroom. Okay? You get in and you get out. It's true. It's disgusting. Anybody that does an obstacle race, that's what you want to do. OCR Worlds. I had the opportunity to compete against the best in the world in Ontario. Okay, here's our team for Team Canada. They had a strength component, they had an agility, and they had a speed. Each one of us had to do an element in order to hold on to a tiny little bracelet. Okay, and then this is one of the pictures, also in the middle, from Worlds. Early on, I've always been involved in fitness, but I've always had a problem in the way that I felt because I was never enough. Here's the thing. Anybody that has competed, and any athletes that I have, I've coached many athletes. First place feels like last place. Now, there's some people in this room that'll say, you don't know what you're talking about. I do, because I've come in dead last at Canadian Nationals. And I've also come in first place. I've won overalls. But here's the thing. I thought when I won that overall, the one thing that I wanted in my whole entire life of bodybuilding was to win an NPC sword. I've competed in the US 7 times. 7 times. They give out the sword. Okay? Makes you feel like a gladiator. Here was the thing, though. When I won that sword and I held it over my head, I thought all my dreams are going to come true. I've achieved what I wanted to. I didn't even want a pro card. But you know what? It actually felt the same as last place, and I never understood that. And it was at that moment that I actually grew as an athlete. Here I am with my daughter, almost 200 pounds. Okay? You don't have to be extreme. You just have to be consistent. Consistency. Consistency will always win out. It doesn't matter what activity that you're doing. You just need to be consistent. Consistency will also give you the tools to become better at your craft and to feel enough. Will I ever feel enough? Will you ever feel enough? Someone told me once, your enough is different than my enough. And it's true. If you are in a bad relationship, you will only take so much when you've reached enough. Right? Enough is enough. It is something that I try to instill in all of my athletes. It's something as even a mom. I'm trying to be enough for my children. I'm trying to be enough for my athletes. I'm trying to be enough for myself. Have I reached it? There was 2 times on stage when I went into bodybuilding that I actually felt enough. That was at Canadian Nationals in this past year when I was at the Toronto Pro. I actually felt enough. And it was, you know what it was? It was peace. When you reach enough, you feel peace. One small piece of advice that I have for anybody, anytime that you have social media on your phone and you're into fitness and you've got those feeds running through, unless it's The Rock, like I said, there's encouraging, right? And then there's discouraging. The thing is, half the time when you see these pictures of these athletes, these girls, these bikini girls that stand a certain way, they stand like this, or they'll stand like this, okay? There's a reason they're standing like that. Bodybuilding is the art of hiding your flaws. Why do I know this? Because I'm a bodybuilding judge. Why did I bodybuild? I bodybuilt so that I would learn the process, that I could be the best judge that I could be. When I am sitting at the table and I have athletes that are walking out on stage, bodybuilding is the art of hiding your flaws. Everybody has flaws. But unfortunately, through social media, it's awesome and it's terrible at the same time. It's inspiring and it's defeating at the same time. You have got to remember to be consistent. Consistency will always win out. It's one of those things that every single person has to experience it. Okay? You have to remember, if it looks too good to be true, oftentimes it is. The majority of these athletes, excuse me, the majority of these athletes that are on these magazines, I've competed in the US. I've been on stage and had Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting in the audience. Rich Piana, okay, for those that know bodybuilding. Charles Glass, one of the best strength and conditioning coaches in the world. I've had coaches from the US that had 19 pros go to Olympia. Okay. You have got to put in the time in order to get the results. I'll be the first person that if someone has to ask me, should I go into bodybuilding? I would say, no. Why am I an advocate of that? I love bodybuilding. I love the process. But you have got to be able to accept the fate of how you look and how you feel to a panel. So, it's a subjective sport. That's why in my heart, I love obstacle racing. I love marathons. I love running. Believe it or not, I love CrossFit. Okay? I love powerlifting. It is what it is. The other sports are subjective, so you have to remember, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. You have got to be able to be enough. You've got to be able to step off that stage and know that you did everything possible, that you are who you are. My last point, one of the things that I find about social media, and I'm not pinpointing anybody, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, it's just a personal opinion that I have for myself. Social media enables us to post pictures from the past. I love that. I love seeing pictures of my children. I love seeing pictures of my friends' children, family, competitors that have lost weight. But something that it also does is it'll post pictures of when you were in your best shape of your life. You have got to be able to accept who you are today in order to go forward. And if you can't do that, you're going to be stagnant. You've got to realize that it's a process. Okay? Oftentimes when I'm training clients, I will have a full shirt, and I like to wear baggy clothes. This is the first time, believe it or not, that I've actually been in dress clothes, I don't know in how long. So if there's a picture going on my Instagram or on social media, this is a first. Literally, I do not have a picture of myself in normal clothes on my social media, okay? I'm usually in baggy clothes. Excuse me, in a baggy shirt. Because when I'm training clients, it's not about me. It's never about me. It's about my client. It's about Dryland. It's about me teaching those children, being able to empower them. Taking a child that is ordinary and making them extraordinary. Everybody has the ability to do something great. That's what I love about obstacle racing. That's what I love about CrossFit. So many, they call it domains. So many things that you can do in those sports. And everybody is great at something. Whether you're great at pulling, pushing, dragging, crawling, it doesn't matter. Or good at cardio. I definitely don't like cardio. Believe it or not, even though I'm an OCR coach and raced, I just want to get to that obstacle as quick as possible. And then, I'm over and I got to dread it because I got to go on to the next one. But the thing is, everybody's good at something. And that's what will make you enough. And when I have the opportunity to take clients or take children or my 400-pound clients, and they're able to do something that they weren't able to do the day before, whether it's psychological, and oftentimes 90% of it is, that's winning. But it's consistency that will win out. So you have to ask yourself, am I enough for myself to be able to accept what I cannot change? And once you do, peace will come over you. Thank you.